to the cars, the key to the treasure.
Get rich with one piece. Get rich with one piece.
Yo, we got Luffy and Zoro, the better the duo. Sanji and Noosa bring out the bankroll. Jekyll Mariah, he rips your soul. Brooke and Perona, they cold like a snow globe. Going through the stack like we looking for some crack. Taking y'all to class, man, you better know your math. Call the deck mather, cause he always running black. We don't need no power tools, we just bring the axe. Cause we bout to chop it up. TCG, level up. This is more than beginner's luck. Got so many ribs, they backing up. Rapping so cold, got the mains froze. Everybody know that the gang goes. Laws of the land don't make me repeat. We the next king. Getting rich with one piece.
Get rich with one piece.
The piece to the cars, the key to the treasure.
Get rich with one piece. 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 Get rich with one piece.
The piece to the cars, the key to the treasure.
Get rich with one piece. Get rich with one piece.
Yo, we got Luffy and Zoro, the better the duo. Sanji and Noosa bring out the bankroll. Jekyll Mariah, he rips your soul. Brooke and Perona, they cold like a snow globe. Going through the stack like we looking for some crack. Taking y'all to class, man, you better know your math. Call the deck mather, cause he always running black. We don't need no power tools, we just bring the axe. Cause we bout to chop it up. TCG, level up. This is more than beginner's luck. Got so many ribs, they backing up. Rapping so cold, got the mains froze. Everybody know that the gang goes. Laws of the land don't make me repeat. We the next king. Getting rich with one piece.
Get rich with one piece.
The piece to the cars, the key to the treasure.
Get rich with one piece. Get rich with one piece. Get rich with one piece. Get rich with one piece.
Hello there. Okay, that's very loud. Okay, why is that so loud? Okay. Yeah, good. There we go. The Pretzel Rocks is fucking up right now. It was hella loud. Normally when I like restart the software or whatever, the volume setting specifically for Pretzel Rocks, which is like just an app built into Streamlabs, which is the software that I use to stream. Anywho, it typically like resets to like I don't remember the percentage, like maybe 25 or 50% or whatever, like volume. And I typically have it at 9%. That's what I found that's, right, like low enough where it's not distracting to me and it's loud enough where, you guys can hear the background music or whatever when I'm talking or when I'm during the silence. But I didn't restart this. I didn't restart it and it's not loading or anything right now. So I don't know what the hell's going on with it, but it's fine. You guys come to hear my voice anyways. You don't want to hear no damn background music. You came for me. It's been a minute since I streamed. It was just a busy week last week. So I streamed on my birthday, and then I streamed what, Friday maybe? My birthday was Wednesday. Ooh. Yeah, and I streamed Friday. Um, so yeah, sorry, I'm just kind of getting this stuff together. Yeah, and I streamed Friday. But it was just busy. I'm even surprised that I streamed Friday. I'm trying to think, did I stream Friday? I had to have streamed Friday because I streamed Wednesday, and I don't think I streamed Thursday. But maybe I did stream Thursday. Whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm here now. It's been a couple of days. I know I didn't stream Saturday or yesterday. But we're here today. Brand new week. Hopefully I want to get it hit it heavy this week. Again, it's just very hard because it's hard to get product, I guess. Let me think. I'm going through my head like how I can get more product, because I have like probably 7 boxes pre-ordered right now. And there's the one shop that I told you that will let you get however many boxes you fucking want to, which is absolutely nuts. But the thing that sucks is you got to pay for it, and that fucking sucks. Like, if I could just get all the boxes that I wanted to for nothing, that'd be great. But no, and they're not selling them at MSRP prices, right? They're selling them at the fucking aftermarket prices. So I think if they're under $200, like that would be extremely lucky if they're under that much. And it's so wild. It is so crazy to like think back to what I was unwilling to pay for boxes like just a few months ago, right? I'm like 170, 180 for a box. You guys are out of your mind. I can get the boxes for 130 at the shop, the only shop that sells them for MSRP. And now, dude, oh shit, I'd buy a lot of boxes for 180 if they sold them for that. Shit, getting a box, last 2 boxes of OP12 that I bought got for 100 and 110, and they're going for they're going for like 230 right now for OP12. It's actually crazy. It's actually insane. But quick update. I went to a tournament yesterday, and me going to tournaments on Sundays isn't super uncommon because there is a tournament every Sunday at the shop that's closest to me. But I think it's once a month. I'm not 100% sure, but every so often we'll say there's what's called like a treasure cup. And so that's just a bigger, more important, not really tournament than just the typical normal local tournaments that they have. And you get event packs. And so from the event packs, you get like special cards, right? Special cards that are only available during these treasure cups. And so I actually went to one yesterday, which is the first one I've ever been to, because I didn't realize, how you're supposed to sign up for them. Because what happened was I was looking at the release events, starting to sign up for the release events, which is crazy because they were already filling up when I signed up like 2 weeks ago. And the release events aren't till this Friday. And so anyways, and usually I don't sign up until like the day of or right before, you know what I'm saying? Or like maybe a couple of days before the release event. But I looked at it for whatever reason a couple weeks ago, and some of them were already filling up. So I was like, oh shit, I gotta fucking sign up for all the ones that I want to sign up for, because the game is just getting popular. Anywho, so when I was going through those, I saw that there were some of these treasure cup tournaments, and I was like, what the hell? And they were full. The ones that I saw, I think there were like 2 of them. They were already full, and I ended up signing up and got put on the waiting list, because that's what happens when you sign up and one's off and the tournament's on filled up. And I just so happened to, I guess some people, dropped out that weren't able to make it for one reason or another. I didn't send any like NSA agents to go take care of them to make sure I move up the list, right? But No, they dropped off for whatever reason, and I got a notification a couple of days ago that I was like moved into the tournament. So I was like, okay, let me go ahead and see what happens. And this isn't like the tournaments that we've been doing for the past like month, the Heroines Cup. This is a regular tournament where you can use whatever deck that you want. And so I broke out Emu. The first time I ever used Emu in real life. I have played Emu a couple of times on the sim, but playing on the sim and in real life obviously is different. But this was the first time that I ever played it in real life, and won my first 2 games, lost my second 2 games. It's really frustrating. I was telling my wife this yesterday because I'm sure she doesn't really care about it, but um, after my tournaments, especially lately, I kind of like talked to her about what happened and like my thought process and what went on and stuff like that. And I'm sure she's a very good sport about listening to me and understanding what I'm talking about. But anyways, so the first 2 games I was super intent because if you remember, I have been bitching a lot about myself and um, how unfocused I am, I guess is probably a good word for it when I'm doing my tournaments and stuff like that, where I just let things go by, not purposefully, right? I just let things go by because I don't catch it, and I make mistakes, I make errors, things like that. And yeah, it's frustrating because I know, especially with Koala, I know Koala could be a halfway decent deck, right? Um, but it's just I'm piloting it not as good as I need to be piloting it for it to be a good deck. So I was frustrated with myself for a while through this whole month, really. And I told myself I was going to be hyper focused during this tournament, and I was. The first 2 games, this is probably the most focused I've ever been on any game, any card game that I've played since I started picking the card game back up, and I did very well. I mean, it's the Emu deck. It literally just won the world championship, so it's not like it's a shitty deck that I'm making great. It's a very fantastic, easy to play deck, right? And so um the first 2 games I was extremely focused. I was hyper focused, and I'm doing things that I never typically do, right? I'm looking at the cards that the people are playing. Because I know I have a general idea on what all the cards do for the most part, right? There are some cards here and there, like people put older tech cards in there where I haven't had a chance to read through it. I pretty much, I'm sure I've seen every card in the game at this point, but again, it's probably a card that doesn't get a lot of play anyways. But for the most part, I'm sure what the cards do, but I was very, very intent on, okay, if there was any slight doubt in my head what this card did, can I see the card? I'm reading it. I'm figuring out what the card actually does. And there wasn't any issues where, oh, that's not what the card said. That's not what the card says. You can't do this, you can't do that. It wasn't anything like that. It was, everybody was, and I'm not saying people would do shit like that purposefully, but the shit fucking slips through. It happens to me literally all the time. That's one of those things I was talking about, why I get so frustrated with myself when it comes to playing these matches. But anyways, I was extremely hyper focused and won my first 2 games. Excuse me, won my first 2 games. Very, very, I was very happy with it. And so um third game, I got moved to table 1, and so the higher the table number, the better the matchup is supposed to be, right? So the undefeated players move start to move up to like what's called a winner table. That's like tables 1 through 6 or something like that, right? But obviously, like table 1 is like the highest one, and so I was moved to table 1 and played somebody who ended up winning the whole tournament. By the way, I will say that the guy I played, and yeah, I made a vast amount of play mistakes, and it was back to because I got a little too cocky, right? I got moved to this table. I was playing super well. I had just played Blue Yellow Nami, played against Blue Yellow Nami my second match, and I beat it. And the person that I played this third match was Blue Yellow Nami as well, and I was like, I just beat this Nami. I have it in the bag. I wasn't that cocky where I was like, I have it in the bag, but I was like, okay, I just played this. I should have an upper hand because I just played the same exact deck. which it wasn't the same deck. Obviously, people can make different variations of it, but still. Yeah, and I just like literally the second turn of the game, I made a mistake and I um played one of my Five Elders characters, and if you're familiar with those cards, what they do is they have an effect where if you have 7 cards in your trash can, 7 or more cards in your trash can, this character can't be removed from the field by your opponent's effects. Right? I'm gonna put some lotion on a dry spot on my skin right here. It's annoying. Yeah, but they can't be removed from the field, right? And so obviously having your characters on the field is very important for attacking, and with Emu being able to like cycle things, that kind of thing. And so second turn of the game, I played one of my characters, and I have 6 cards in the trash, and I didn't know I had 6 cards in the trash. I'm just kind of playing through. I had 6 cards in the trash, and dude ends up counting my cards in the trash, and he's like, okay, so again, he's blue yellow Nami. He plays a Nojiko, which bounces a 5 or less cost back to your opponent's hand. It's a 2 cost. So for 2 Don, he can bounce my 4 cost character back to my hand, right? And so if I had 7 cards in the trash, that wouldn't have happened. He wouldn't have been able to do that. He would have been able to stick to the board, but I only had 6 cards in the trash, not paying attention. So he was able to play that, bounce my card back into my hand, and that just kind of like sent me down this path of not playing very well. So yeah, that was like the very first mistake that I made, and there were quite a few more mistakes that I made while playing the game, and those things, like, the games are so close typically that those small mistakes, is the difference between winning and losing the game. So anyways, I lost that game. Do play very well, and another play mistake, now that I'm bringing it up, it's one of those things where it's like people aren't doing stuff on purpose or whatever, but so there's one of the characters for one of the Five Elders gives all of your Five Elders characters a base power of 7,000. So typically they all have 5,000 power, but this other character, Saint Jupiter, gives all of them 7,000 base power. And so I ended up, it was my turn. I swung 7,000, and he's rested, and I swung with Jupiter. I only had 2 characters on the board, which it's not a big deal for Emu, because you get to flood the board later. Anyways, now I'm remembering all my mistakes, so I'm gonna go through a couple of them with y'all. So bear with me here. We'll open some cards in a minute. I'll start opening some cards here in a second, and then I can kind of talk over it too. But so second, I don't know if this was a second mistake, but a second mistake was that, so I swung with the Jupiter, who gives all my Five Elders characters 7,000 base power. And so I swung, and Nami has an effect where you trash a card from your hand, and it gives her base power of 7,000 for the rest of the turn, right? So that's typically what people will do. They'll trash a card to give their leader 7,000 base power for the turn. And so 7,000 is a really good number into it, because they still have to discard a card, right, in order to counter the effect, or counter a 7,000 power attack. So the 7,000 power attacks are really good for attacking into any leader, but this Nami in particular. And so I swung with him, and then Emu's effect, you get to trash a Five Elders card on the board, or I think it's a Celestial Dragon card on the board, or a card from your hand to draw a card. So typically, after you swing, you trash the character, one of the characters that you swung with on the board, in order to draw a card, right? And fill up your trash, which is important for Emu as well. And so I trash the character that gives the rest of my characters 2,000 power. So once he leaves the board, my character that hasn't swung yet goes back down to 5,000 power. So I can't even swing without attaching Dom, because the Nami is still up at 7,000 power. So that was a second mistake. And then I played Searchers, and the Searcher, it's Warcry. No, Worker is the blocker. Saturn is the searcher. So Saturn searches 5 cards deep, and so I ended up playing search. So it's a 5 card deep searcher, but I only searched 3 cards deep, and I'm looking for my 5 elders card. I'm looking for my 5 elders cards, and so I only went 3 cards deep, and then I played it again, and this time I went. This time I went 3 cards deep. The second time I played it, and ended up realizing, or I think the dude even told me, he was like, that you can go 5 cards deep with that one. And so I went 5 cards deep, still didn't find my elder. And then the very next card that I drew, because I think, I passed the turn and it came back to me maybe. But then the very next card that I drew was one of the 5 elder cards. And so it was just a turn too late. It was frustrating. I played it horribly anyways. Long story short, I lost because I played bad. Man, I am thirsty. And so that's what I get. And then the fourth game, since I had already lost, I kind of wanted to experiment a bit. And so I played like essentially the bad stage. So it's a 1 cost stage that makes all your characters, all your Celestial Dragon characters, I think, cost 1 less than what they, their base cost. So it's okay, but it's not as good as the other stage, the 7 cost stage, because that 7 cost stage gives you so much extra Dawn to be able to work with. And so I still almost won the game. I was probably 1 turn away from being able to win the game that I was playing, the 4th game. But again, it was just, that one was a little bit more experimental. And then the 5th one, I was like, okay, let me try and win this last one, because the top 8 earned another like event pack. And so I was like 10 at the time, and I was like, okay, I definitely need to win this last game if I want any chance of moving up to the 8th spot in order to get a second event pack. And so I played well the last game and ended up winning pretty comfortably. Again, the Emu deck is a very, very easy deck to play. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are like nuances to it that you need to like learn and figure out and stuff like that, like when to do this and when to do that. But it is pretty much, the deck plays itself, especially if you know like the basics. And sometimes you obviously have to know different matchups and situations and scenarios and all that stuff, and that goes into further down the rabbit hole. But for like these local tournaments and stuff like that, yeah, it's very easy deck to be able to win. So I'll be honest, I'm probably gonna play Emu for maybe a couple weeks, but OP15 does come out in Brook comes out in OP15, and I really want to play Brook. So depending on how long it takes for me to get all the cards, which shouldn't take very long. I think, let's see, the only super rares. Matter of fact, man, I'll fucking order these goddamn Law and Beppos. I still haven't gotten these sons of bitches yet, so I'm actually getting frustrated. I should be getting those soon. But yeah, I think the hardest cards for me to get will probably be the Namis, because the Namis are the only super rare cards in the deck. I'm trying to go through it in my head. I have all the other cards, and most of the cards in that deck are OP15 cards. They're like common, uncommon, some rares, obviously. And so I should be able to get those with the boxes that I end up opening, the packs that I end up opening. I'll probably get a bunch of cards from OP, or from the release events. I'll get a bunch of the cards from the release events. But the Namis, I think the Namis, getting 4 of the Namis will probably be the hardest thing to get. Because I only run like 1, potentially 2 secret Luffys, the green secret Luffys from OP13, and I already have those. So yeah, I should be able to run that pretty quickly after OP15 is legal. So it won't become legal once the OP15 release event happens. It'll be the Friday after, once the actual release is, which is like the beginning of April, the first Friday in April. That's when it'll actually be legal. So I think up till then, if I'm able to get the Brook pieces by then, I'll I'll play Emu up to that point. But I like Emu. It does really well. It's one of those things where it's like I don't win a lot of tournaments, and the people who really win the tournaments, and I hate this, the people who typically win the tournaments are in the finals and stuff like that, are the people that play the meta decks. And there are some people that just play the fucking meta decks all the time, which whatever, it's their thing. They want to win the tournaments. I get it. I understand it. I've always played the off meta decks, like things that seem more fun, and that's why I'm playing Brook, right? Brook isn't really going to be meta. It's going to be Lucy that's going to be meta. It's going to be Enel. Those are going to be the two most meta decks. The new Luffy is probably going to be fairly meta, but Brook is not going to be one of those main decks, and I want to play that one. But anyways, so I would like to keep playing Emu for a little bit because I want to win some tournaments, right? Like I have won tournaments with Purple Yellow Crocodile, right? I have won tournaments, which is he's illegal. He's going to be illegal at the beginning of April. April 1st is when the rotation happens, so I won't even be able to play him anymore. So I've probably already played my last tournament with Purple Yellow Croc and Black Yellow. And y'all know I love me some Black Yellow Koala, but there needs to be some additional support for her to like actually be relevant. And so we got a hit in this pack because this is our first rare card is our first foil card is a rare card. Bellows Breath, very popular card. Ooh, Downwell. I think, is this my second Downwell? This card is crazy. So 8 costs. I think this is my second Downwell, potentially. So it's an 8 cost 2 power spell. Return all units and gear to their owner's hands. Like absolutely insane, right? You just basically restart the entire game. It's crazy. Return all units and gear. There's nothing else that you can play, right? Sunk costs have a very painful definition in Bilgewater Bay. Yeah, so this basically resets the game. Obviously, you have all your points and all that shit, but yeah, that's just like a fresh start, especially if you're maybe in a bad situation or you want you and your opponent to get back on the same page. So really, really powerful effect there. I don't have enough Azirs. Yeah, I'm getting to the point where I have everything. I have enough playsets of everything, so I didn't spend time. Obviously it's hard because I'm watching basketball and stuff, but I didn't spend time inventorying my cards, and then at work, sometimes I'll, if I have a little bit of downtime at work, I'll kind of start on some, get a little bit out of the way for like later on, just kind of make chunks, but I've just been so busy at work, like that's not happening at all. So, yeah, obviously we're starting with Spirit Forge because this is because I have the most of Spirit Forge. I have an absolute crap ton of Spirit Forge. We're gonna hit we're actually gonna get a signature card in one of these boxes. Like I know it. Minotaur, Reckoner, Israel. Okay. I just need to check those cards. Yeah, I'm sure I got all these. I'm sure of it. But yeah, so I'll probably be playing Emu for the next couple of weeks. I will have the best opportunity to win. Not going to say that I'm guaranteed to win, obviously, because, shit happens. And if I'm not playing the decks, if I'm not piloting the decks as well as they can be piloted, then somebody that's playing their deck better has a better shot to win. So I'm going to probably play Emu, probably try and focus up so I can win, hopefully, some of these tournaments. But we'll see. Blood Money, this card is selling for like a couple bucks for just like an uncommon card, I think. Maybe it's $1 or $2, I don't know. I do want to run through these. Okay, so we got another It's rare, so we'll probably have a hit in this pack. So we have a rare that's the first foil card. Bard. I think I have my playset of Bards. I'm not sure. Ooh, Merciless Lucian. Okay, so this is the alt art for Lucian. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm guaranteed to have this card already. But I'm trying to think if I have the what is this called? What is the West? What is it called? The West? I can't remember what the hell they're called. Wow. I don't know what I'm thinking, but yeah, the Wild West version of the cards. I may even have this one already. I don't know. It just looks very familiar. The rest of you can walk the plank. All right. Now, these are the last packs of OP14 that will ever be opened on this channel. No. These are the last packs of OP14 that I bought from Hot Topic. So these are the last ones that I have. I really want to buy a box of OP14 to be able to have for my collection. Usopp. Oh, the Captain Kidd. I bet you I probably have enough of him. This is the EVO4 kid, but I don't know. I don't know if I have a playset of this kid, so I'm gonna look. I'm gonna be sure to look this up. Rosinante and Law, very nice. These are some pretty popular cards. I'll take a super rare. I will take a super rare, especially that one. I don't know if I have a playset of that. That's an EVO4 one also, yeah. Yeah. But I'm excited for OP15. We're 3 days away pretty much. So this Friday, they will be out. I have a tournament that I'm going to, a pre-release tournament. I don't know if they'll, so the last couple of events, they during the pre-release, I wasn't able to get my boxes. They had to wait to the actual release event or the release date. So I'm not sure if that's like just something that Bandai is implementing now, which whatever, if that's what it is, then that's what it is. Because I'll still be able to get some cards during the release events. So I'll be able to at least start on my Brook deck. I'm thinking about potentially building 2 decks. The Enel, the purple Enel deck, like it just seems so good. But that deck will be a little bit harder to build because I would have to get 4 of the Enel secret rares, and I bet you that's gonna be that's gonna be pricey. And I don't buy them shits anyways. I open enough boxes where I eventually will get the cards. Jimbei. Oh man, we got a couple of super rare hits already. So we got the Jimbei, we got the Rosinante. I did get a pack from the tournament yesterday, right? So they give us 1 participation pack. It was OP14, and I pulled a secret rare from that one too because I opened that one earlier today. And I pulled a super rare, the super rare Carrot from EVO4. So we're 3 for 3 on the super rares. Rosinante and Law, Jimbei, and Carrot. So let's see if we can get an alt art. Can we get an alti? Oh, remember there's no leader packs. This one might be a leader pack because it was the last leader card, or was the last uncommon card, but I don't know. Hell no, it ain't no damn leader pack. That's an alt Shanks. Is this my second one of these? I'm trying to remember if I have 2 of these alt art Shanks. Ooh. But I know if you've been a part of this stream for a while, how beautiful it is to hit a leader and still get a hit in the pack. So this is amazing. This is an amazing, wonderful day. Smiley. Some Smiley sold. No, but yeah, this looks awesome. I'm trying to think, did I pull this Shanks already? But this looks awesome. This Shanks looks really good. Yeah. Very nice, very nice. Man, Hot Topic be doing me right. I hit what three or two super rares, then an alt art on the Shanks. And I just love the alt arts. They do so well on the alt arts. Just the borderless aspect of it is just amazing. I love that. I love that. They do such a good job. Not on all of them. Some of them suck. And the artwork on this one is a little bit, I don't want to call it funky because like that would imply bad, but it's like, I don't know. It's like different than a lot of the other alt arts, which, you know, it's alt arts are pretty much different from each other. But yeah, I like this. This card looks really good. I like that a lot. All right. Can Hot Topic do us real good? Do us real good. Hurry up and make me the Pyro King. We got another leader. Can we get another hit? We get a Boa. We'll call that a hit. We'll call that a cool little hit. Boa ain't running like it used to run, but it's still doing. I think Boa's might be like $5 or $6. $5 or $6 for a super rare is not bad. Not bad at all, especially one of that caliber. We love some Boas. Man, we've hit a freaking super rare. I don't want to be negative, but there's no way this one can be anything other than a rare, right? We've hit, out of 5 packs that we've opened, we've hit an alt and 3 super rares. I would be really shocked. Which, you know, I've been shocked before, so I'm all about being shocked. So I'd be okay if this was a, you know, obviously minimum super rare. Let's see. It's because I was talking shit. That's what it is. It's because I was talking shit. That's what I get. That's what I get. We do have a pack of Magic here. We'll go ahead and open that. This is our last pack of the day. And then I do want to look at some, I will look at some packs, or excuse me, some TCG player. Wizards of the Coast. Wizards of the Coast, man. I think I'm gonna probably look. I'm gonna definitely try and like remind myself to like maybe go look at some places like a week early. Like I probably won't do Walmart, but I've really gotten out of the habit of like, which is good, but I've gotten out of the habit of like fucking chasing down the cards and going to the multiple targets multiple times a day, and it's just too much. It's too frustrating. So I really stopped doing that, but I might hit another, you know, another couple laps for this OP15. And I'm not saying OP15 is going to be like game breaking or anything like that. And I was thinking about like future sets. Obviously Emu is like fantastic. You know, Emu was like one of those cards that was like, but eventually they're going to come out with like a Joy Boy, some kind of Joy Boy card or something like that. And that thing is going to like, I do not look forward to that set because it's going to be absolutely crazy, absolutely nuts. Yeah, but that'll be a few years from now. Like they haven't even, at least from my knowledge, they haven't done any like sort of full reveal for Joy Boy at all. So, all right, so we're on the uncommons now. We had the Living Brain, Mechanical Marvel here. Daily Bugle building. Whoops. Parker Luck. Grow Extra Arms. Like a Spider Bee. Oh man, this was a horrible pack. I guess this is probably a normal pack, honestly. Common. This was the rare. The Parker Luck. And then the common was the foil. Bam, there we go. All right, so that's it for the packs. But I do want to look at some TCG player. You feel me? Maybe. Oh, it popped up. Sometimes it don't pop up. Okay, so Nami, you know what, let me refresh this page. All right, so Nami, so it didn't change. Okay, so Nami, #1 card right now. Divine Departure. I think people are just really preparing for Enel, because this card gets ran in Enel. Purple Enel, obviously that's coming out in OP15. Nico Robin, Perrona, Haute Couture. This is a card I probably should get some copies of. It freezes your opponent. Like, you get to draw a card, I think, maybe. Give up to one of your opponent's characters -3 cost, then up to one of your opponent's characters with the cost of 0 will now become active. All right. So yeah, that card is pretty good. Obviously, in like Crocodile, I think Crocodile is becoming a little bit more popular. Basically, you can freeze something for 1 cost, because you can make anything 0 cost. Essentially anything 0 cost, right? There's some cards, especially coming out in OP15, that gives itself some extra cost. Like the Nightmare Luffy goes up to 17 cost. The Pirate Docking 6 goes up to 11 cost. So let's see. Perfume Female. Sneaker Robin's going down a little bit. I still don't have the freaking Vivi from the EBO3 set, which is frustrating. But do I have 2 of these? I'm pretty sure I pulled 2 of these Nico Robins. I know I pulled one of them, but I think I was talking about wanting to have pulled the second one, and I pulled it on stream with y'all. So I'm pretty sure I do have 2 of these Nico Robins, which is a pretty popular card right now. Obviously, it's freaking $34, but the loss going down a bit. That's not bad. This Weevil's going up. This is nice. I think this has to do with the fact that Jinbei was unbanned. The 4-cost Jinbei from, I don't remember what set it was from, but that card was banned, and you're able to play this card from that Jinbei because it's a 7 Warlord of the Sea. It's a 4-cost, and it's 4-cost 6,000 power with on-play draw a card. So it's not anything crazy, but being able to play a 4-cost 6,000 power body for free, basically, from that other Jinbei is amazing. So I like to see this card go up, because recently with one of the Hot Topic packs, I think it was like the first Hot Topic pack that I opened, I pulled the special print of the Weevil, and it's been going up a little bit. Not anything crazy, but we'll probably see it here in the next couple of pages or whatever. But Sneaker Robin's going up. Kingdom Come, of course. This card, I think I may have. No, I don't have this card at all. That sucks, because it's $10 now. That's what I get. I need to get back into. I really want to get back into completing like my collection, because I was doing it. I was doing that very heavily for a period of time before I started getting into, like, you know, streaming and opening packs and stuff like that. I was buying like the sets up, and I finished like the first 4 or 5, and then I got into doing some other stuff, and then stopped buying the individual cards to complete the set. And I really need to get back into doing that, just in case, you know, some cards start to go up, or, you know, because right now that Kingdom Come, for example, was a quarter. This card was a quarter. like a week ago. But when it got unbanned, it shot up to $10. So if I wanted to buy this card to complete my set, I'd pay $10 for it as opposed to a quarter, which is very annoying. I'm sure it'll go back down eventually, but just to know that I could have had it already is very frustrating. So probably want to get back in there and start finishing my collection again. Boa for $8. That's not too bad. Not too bad, Boa. Is Boa going up? Let's see. It has went up in the past past 10 days or so. Yeah, it was like what, $4.85. Now it's $8. Okay, so it's doubled. This would be a good time to shell. I don't want to be broken, my God. Red Rock's still selling for $1. That's kind of crazy to me. It's about to rotate out. Man, this Crocodile's doing well. This is the Luffy that I was talking about, but I have enough copies of him. I have a whole playset of him. I have more than a playset, I'm sure. My SP Boa, she keeps going down. Go up, Boa. Go up, Boa. Go back up to 1,000. That's where we need you. That's where the crew needs you, Boa. I think this has kind of been, this basketball Luffy's been kind of keeping the course. This might be one of those things where, just like with the baseball Luffy, the Dodger Luffy, which I think looks way better than this card, but this card is still really good looking. I think it had, like, it took that card forever to kind of like go up in price, go crazy in price, and now it's just going absolutely insane. So this might be one of those same situations, one of those same scenarios. Just talking about the Weevil. This is the Weevil that I pulled. Yeah, obviously when the card first comes out, it's absolutely massive, but yeah, I got down to like $50. This is probably right around when I pulled it ish. It's went up to 60 something now, so not too shabby. All right. This Boa's going up. I love to see that. Jeez, this winter pack. I couldn't win one of those tournaments. I was so bad. I was so bad during the Heroines Cup. It's frustrating. This is the VV, and the VVs went down. Like, I might buy this VV. I might buy a couple of these. I don't need them, but again, for like my set's sake. Okay, Ground Death Altar's going back up, thank goodness, because I think it was down to like $70, and I was just heartbroken because I'm like, Jesus, I paid $130, but I paid $130 when the card was like $180 when it first came out during a pre-release event for OP14. I paid like $130. It was going for $170, and then or $180, and then it went up over $200, and then it's kind of crashed back down to earth. But I'll be getting that graded and getting that back soon. Speaking of graded, one of my cards is my signature Jinx on Beckett says that it's in the labeling phase, which is really weird because they haven't sent me any like update emails. But this order has been very fucking annoying because like I had 3 cards that were signed, so it was 2 special print Shanks from PRBO2 and then Shanks Dawn. They were all signed by the English voice actor. And I got an email, like I said, a couple of months ago, and I think it was like maybe sometime in February, early February. And the person was like, oh, these are signed. They need to go to a different queue if you want those authenticated. If not, then we'll put them back in the regular queue and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yes, I want them like authenticated, even though they've already been authenticated, because when I got them signed at that same event, they had an authentication service there to authenticate all your signatures. So those have already been authenticated. So anyways, it's a little bit frustrating because like it split the order, right? And so now I have another order for those 3 cards that got sent to get authenticated, and then the signature Jinx, which isn't a real signature, it's just a print. It's a stamped signature. But anyways, it's just very weird. So I think that may have something to do with it because again, I haven't gotten any like follow-up emails saying that it's in the labeling phase, but I'm looking at it right now and yeah, it's the Jinx and it's saying that it's labeled. Okay, good. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Jesus. So it says it's in the labeled phase, but it says 0 cards are graded. So, which is pretty standard. God, I sent this. They received this card December 1st. They received this card December 1st, and it still have not gotten this fucking card back. God, it is absolutely insane how fucking long it takes them to do this shit. And there are some orders in here. Let me see. When are some of these orders from? Received date. Let me sort it by received date. Okay, none of these are sorted by received date. You guys are stupid. But yeah, that Jinx is the oldest one. And I still haven't gotten that back yet. Whatever. Anyways, I digress. Hopefully I get that back sometime this week. That would be nice. And it comes back as a black label. If it comes back as a black label, like that might be like something I would have to sell immediately, right? Because it's going for, I don't know, we can look at what those things are going on for eBay, but like it would be going for like thousands of dollars easily. Let's see. Okay, my brain isn't connecting the dots here. Okay, all right. We're back. Ground Death making a little bit of a comeback. I don't have any. I do need to make a couple of adjustments to emo because I don't have any Ground Deaths in there, which is simply or essentially becoming a staple in pretty much any black deck, but definitely in emu. These Namis. This would have been kind of annoying, but I do have a play set of these already. So this is going to be a card that I run in Brook. It's so funny that I got a 9 on this, and I know I say something about this every time, because I probably could still get like, the card is still worth like $1,700, right? Like I can't be super upset that I got a 9. Like obviously I wanted something higher. Even a 9.5 would have been nice, but you know, card is still worth a ton of money. So I need to stop being so stupid when it comes to thinking about that card. Perona. What is wrong with my Perona? You know what? I'm gonna look and see, because I have a Perona in there, but no one's buying it for some reason. Let me look and see. Oh, because I'm selling my Perona for $12. You know what? I'll sell it for $10. Fuck it. I just want to get rid of the goddamn thing. I'll put it for 10, and if it doesn't sell in the next couple of days, I'll go down to 9. Cavendish going up and up and up. Like this Cavendish is gonna hit $10. It's just, especially with the new leaders coming out in OP15, it's going to hit $10 because 2 leaders run it. It's running Ace. Like it's gonna be a very, very hard card to get in the very near future. Be better. I want a broken record. This Enel is $22. This has got to be because of Luffy. This new Sky Island Luffy, this super rare Enel is $22. That is crazy. I think I only have one of him. Maybe two. Shit, if I have two of them, I'm selling one of them. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm fairly certain I have at least one of him. But if I have two, I'd sell one. This alt law has fallen. That's fine. Burgess is going up. Very nice. I think Burgess does have a, this is the alt one, obviously, but I think this card has a potential to go up, not too crazy high, but up a little bit more because OP16 has a black yellow teach, so closer to OP16 being released. Black yellow teach, and this is a obviously it's a Blackbeard Pirates card, so this is a card that will probably be very prominent in black yellow teach. So it will go up in value, like closer to, especially closer to OP 16 being released, which I think is like in May or something like that. And then August is the first. August is OP 17, and that'll be a worldwide release. So all the cards will be released at the same time in August, which is nice. So we don't have to wait and see what all the meta is going to be, that kind of thing. Oh, that teach looks good. That looks really good. Man, I like the way that looks. Second anniversary set. Oh, this is Don Quixote from I thought this was one of the newer ones, but this is from OP10. Royal Blood. Kobe still go crazy. This is the gem that got unbanned recently. God, this market price for that Luffy crazy. Luffy go crazy. Yamato. Sabo. God. This card has so much potential, but it just don't. Just don't do what it can. What it had the potential to do. Maybe it did when it first came out. Obviously, I wasn't playing then, but all right, let's see. Did I pull this Gecko Moria? It's really frustrating sometimes not having on my cards because, you know, they're getting graded. I think I like calculated and I'm over 100 cards that's being graded right now. So hopefully I have a consistent supply that comes in. We've had some this month. So we had two reveals this month, which has been nice. Potentially a third, depending on how quickly I can get this what is it called? The Jinx, the signature Jinx back. That one has a potential to be massive. Like those graded right now, like a PSA 10. I don't even know what it's going for. Let's look. Rift Bound. Bound Rift. Oh, wait a minute, did I see a... These are sold March 15th. Okay, this must be... I must not have refreshed this page, but I want to go look at Jinx in particular, my eBay. what is it called? I think it's under selling, maybe. Hopefully they don't have anything in here that, yeah, these are just two of my sales. Just made 2 sales. 154 listing views, not too bad. And I have 1 active listing. Let's look at that real quick. Hopefully there's nothing in here, but okay. Only 2 views, which I'm not surprised about because it's listed at $300 right now, which is going to be higher than the other ones. I want to leave it at that for a while. See what happens. Research products. Let's see. I'm trying to do signature drinks. Last 30 days. 12 total sellers. 1,200 for the average price. Hold on now. These are, hold on. Today one sold for 1,200. And this one isn't even graded or anything. That is wild. This sold, that sold, a drink sold for 1,200, bro. Let's go. Obviously, you know, higher the cost for these. Oh, they are selling for 1,200. Okay, this is nice. What did I do in the past 30 days? I'm gonna do the date latest sold. Okay, so yeah, this one just sold today for 1,200 bucks. That is very good to see. I love seeing that. Okay, this one sold 2 days ago. This one is an 8.5 from Tag, and it's still sold for $1,100. That is crazy. Is it weird that the higher the number gets, the more it makes me want to keep the card? Like, right? Like, I'm excited that the card is selling for more, and I'm like, no, I got to keep it now. I obviously have to keep it now. This is what it's selling for raw. Selling for 1,200 raw right now. 1 second. Smells like something's burning. This Tag 8.5 is crazy. That is actually funny. 8.5 sold for $10.50. That is nuts. I actually cannot believe this. I really can't believe that this Jinx is selling for this right now. Another one sold for 1,200 2 days ago. Yas. Another Jinx sold for 1,200. Yeah, these are selling for 1,200. It's just fresh. No. March 9th. Sold for 2,200 for a 10. For a PSA 10. 2,150 for PSA 10. Ooh wee. Oh my god! Now I'm getting nervous about my Jinx. I did not realize it was getting that high. I did not realize that Jinx was getting that high. I want to look at now I gotta look the Jinx up here. Set origins. I'll come back and look at you soon. Showcase. They need more filters. The Jinx Overnumbered, I have one of these too. That should be coming back hopefully in April. But yeah, that one's coming up in price. I have this one too. That's off getting graded. Y'all already know. Y'all seen that one. Y'all seen that bad boy get, well, y'all didn't see it get pulled, but you know, I saw it get pulled. But you guys did see it. And then the signature drinks, the market price is $9.60. I might have to go up. 1,200, yeah. That's what I'm seeing. Is this near mint foil? Yes. Near mint foil. They're not selling, but this person is just, oh, this one is a Chinese one. $20,000, okay. That is crazy, bro. Oh my god. And I pulled that card. So cool. So cool, man. I'm so cool. These jinxes going for that much is absolutely nuts though. Yeah, I didn't realize they were going for this much. And then the PSA 10s, so a 10 and a 10 for what's the name could probably go for like between 2,500 and 3,000. Man, oh man. Well, we'll be getting it back soon. So, well, yeah. All right, I'll look through a few more, and then I need to hit the hay. I'm tired. Gotta wake up early to take a kid to school. Brooke making a slight comeback. The Sengoku, have this one sent off to get graded. It's not doing super hot. This kind of, did I pay less for my long Beppos? I don't know. Yeah, this is one listing from $65. I think that this is gonna go up. It says this market price is $40. I think it's probably gonna go up. This card is gonna be like the Nami from EBO 3. Like this is gonna be the Nami from EBO 3. It's gonna just go sky high. Oh, so this is cool. So this is one of the, so there in those event packs from the Treasure Cup that I was talking about earlier, there's 4 different options. That's not always the case, but that's very, very typical, right? There's 4 different options that you can potentially get in the single card packs. This Luffy was one of them. I did not pull a Luffy. I pulled a Marshall D Teach, which was the one I really, really wanted. I wanted two of them, but I really, really wanted the Teach, and I was able to get one, which I'm super stoked about. And then I got a Buggy, so it was Shanks. Now that I think about it, those are the Yonko. So it's Luffy, Blackbeard, Shanks, and Buggy. Okay, so it's clicking right now. Yeah, so those all 4 of those cards, they had options, and to pull, and I pulled the Buggy, and the Buggy one is whatever. But the Blackbeard one was absolutely the one that I wanted. So I would like to have more than one. I want a play set of them, but 2 was like absolute minimum on how many I want. So I'm gonna try and see if I can get one from somebody in real life, because I'm sure somebody that I'll run into has one. But we'll see. I don't want to be a home wrecker. I don't know why that song's stuck in my head right now. This Zoro looks dope, but $170, that's crazy. I was kind of expecting this pudding to go down a bit, but this is the special print. It looks amazing. So yeah, I don't really think it's going to. Marcel the Teacher. Funny, I actually watched this it's like a special episode because I had no idea where she came from. Somebody did explain it to me like a couple weeks ago because I didn't know what the hell this girl was. I thought it was like Nami when she was a kid or something like that. But no, she's just like a fan of Nami's because that lives in Subodi. Um, and she just like looks up to Nami and she writes a letter to Nami because she figured out that, you know, the 3D2Y, that message that Luffy sent, she basically deciphered it. Obviously, all the Straw Hat crew members knew exactly what it meant, but she deciphered it as well. So she knew that they were going to come back to Subodi like in 2 years. And so she wanted to write a letter to Nami. She was like a huge fan of Nami's or whatever. So she wrote it, and through the whole episode, she's like running and trying to find Nami and trying to give it to her and blah, blah, blah. Spoiler alert, she doesn't get to give her the letter, but she did save them. She did save the Straw Hat crew, and she did get to see Nami. Like she got to see her like from a distance. I literally just watched that today. So pretty cool. I still have very, very high hopes for this card. It's a Nami card. It's a release event winner card. The card looks dope. I think it's gonna do very, very well, even though it's going down right now. And I should buy a bunch of them. I really should. But I think I have 4 of them now. I think I'm good with 4 of them. This Zoro just going up and up and up. I like that. I got one of those too. It's Kobe. Doop 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 doop. Koala is $1.50. I think I need to buy. I'm actually really thinking I need to buy some copies of this because I only have 2 right now. So I would like to buy a couple. Like make sure I have a playset of this. Okay, I'm gonna have to come back and remember to buy that. I'm gonna have to come back and remember to buy this too. Just $30,000. That's nothing. So this is something similar to what we were doing, what I was talking about today, like the treasure cup, right? They have like the store treasure cups. So the winner did get a different card, right? The winner got a ace. There was an ace winner cup, or excuse me, an ace winner card that was printed. Matter of fact, I should look that up. Let me look that up. Matter of fact. What is this? It's a promotion card. Okay, even though it's a One Piece promotion cards. Okay, so I should be able to find it. After, let's look. Do I see anything else? Event Pack Volume 8. So this is the Shanks. You know what? Let me search this real quick, if I'm being honest. Event Pack Volume 8. Cards, you big dummies. Okay, yep, these are the 4. That you can get. And this Blackbeard has went down quite a bit. It was like $50. So this one has went down quite a bit. Obviously, Buggy's the lowest one. These are the 2 that I got. I wanted 2 of these Teaches. But again, the collector of me, I'm very happy with getting 2 different ones. And it would be nice to be able to get all of them, but we'll see. We will see. Okay, let me go back and I want to look at set One Piece promotion cards. Hold on, let me go shop all again. set. One Piece promotion cards. Cards. Color. What is that ace? Which ace was that? I think it was this, the blue ace. Blue character. Rarity. Secret rare. Huh? Hey, let me turn all these off. Let me look at secret rares under One Piece promotion cards. Because there should be an ace. It might not be posted yet. Huh, looks like it's not posted yet, but it is a secret rare ace, just like this one here. Man, the way this the way this Sabo is looking, I might have to try and buy one from this person, from somebody who won one of these. But yeah, these treasure cup, God, these treasure cup cards go for crazy numbers, man. Jeez. Okay, done playing there. I'm gonna go over here, look in here real quick. What am I saved? What are my saved searches? I think I deleted one of my searches. English graded, yes. Okay, we're just looking for any graded. Okay, I'll spend like 5 minutes doing this maybe. $1,000 for this is like a common card or something like that. I just don't understand why you get the cards graded from this other, from these like smaller companies. Like you're not, this card probably sells. Oh, this is a Japanese card. But like the English version probably sells for this much, like by itself. Like obviously it's not the English version, but this is frustrating. For now, I'm sure it'll go up eventually, or at least I hope it will go up eventually. But you know, this is what I paid for the card by itself. So to see these going for, you know, what I paid for it graded. This has got to be the Japanese version. There's no way. Oh, I guess it's just a regular secret rare. This is crazy right here. This went for $620. This isn't even a winner one. This is just a regular 3rd anniversary one. I just sent in a bunch of those too. I think I sent in, I say a bunch of them, I think like 2 or 3 maybe. See, like this is why I want to just send everything in. Like, you know, people are like, oh, you need to send in specific cards and blah, 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 and this and that and the other thing. And I'm just like, dude, I'm sending everything in because you never know. I mean, you have like a potential idea, but especially because like that card was important because the creator of Black Clover created that one, right? So like, yeah, there's some, damn, I hate when this happens. There's some ways to tell, but it's just like, I'd rather just send in everything, be safe, because some of these hits that you possibly can get will pay for like all the costs that you incur from sending the cards off, right? And so that's the goal, right? So I'm sure that there are some cards that I'll be able to sell. Shoot, that I probably have now, like, right? I'm listing the Zoro. I was able to sell one alt Zoro leader for like $250, right? And the money I made off of it, $213. So that's just one card. So and I'm selling another one. I'm selling them for 300. I'm being a little greedy on it, if I'm being honest, but we'll see what happens. If it doesn't get any bites, and I'll take it down. But for now, we'll leave it and see. It's one of those things where I just kind of like to set it and forget it, and then a lot of times there's like a happy little surprise where I get an email. And I'm like, wait a minute, what is this talking about? Like, oh shit, it sold. It sold. It really sold. Okay. I have some of these Namis coming back. I think I had two of them. Dos of them. I got some of these back. I think they were, what were they? I think they were 9.5, so maybe I would have had them posted. I'm sure. What the hell were they? Ooh. Yes, they were both 9.5, so I probably could get about $100 a piece for them. See, like those are just, and I have two more. So two more that I haven't sent off yet, but I could potentially. So, yeah, I gotta do a little bit of research. I gotta spend a little bit more time to like get in here and post some things. God, that person is taking advantage. Let me see, what is mine? Mine's a 10, yeah. So 530. So this is more than what I'd get or what I paid for it. So that's not too bad. But we can see like a 10 for PSA, 10 for BGS. Yeah, there's $100 difference between the two. 90 between that one. Yeah, but you can see that there's a difference between getting a 10 in Beckett and getting a 10 in just a PSA. 550, so even more than $100. But about $100 difference, we can call it. Okay, well, I think that is it. Gank that. My bad, man. I was looking at my other stream for a while, so I didn't see that you joined and that you said what's up. But thank you for banning that asshole second rate housewife, whatever. I don't know what's wrong with your notifications, man. Maybe it's just maybe it hates me. I don't know. But yeah, thank you for joining, man. I'm appreciative of it. I don't know how long you've been here, but if you want to, we can kind of like play around with it, test it out to see if we can get that figured out. But let me know if you want to, we can. If not, that's cool too. Oh my god, that's funny. Don't do that, man. Don't do that. I would if you did that, like that would actually get me to stream like on a very consistent basis because I couldn't do that to you, man. I would have to stream. It's like, oh, I know Gank that's waiting on me. But glad to see that you made it. And we can, like I said, we can work on getting that figured out if you want to. But thank you for joining. Thank you for watching, guys. I'm super appreciative of you as always. But until next time, and I'm gonna do a better job of streaming this week. Just busy and tired and that kind of stuff the past couple of weeks, but I'll do a better job of streaming pretty consistently this week. I'm gonna try and stream like every day. Again, it's a little bit hard because I don't have a whole lot of One Piece stuff that I can actually open that I want to actually open. But we'll figure something out. We'll get something figured out here. Open some stuff, and maybe it won't be One Piece. Maybe it'll be some other stuff, but that's fine. And then we can kind of go look through some of the market stuff too. So thank you guys for joining. I will see you next time.